Good morning. So, the Indian word of the day is govu. Go kelamechum. We had several gods, uh, especially Krishna. Krishna is associated with go. But the Indian tradition itself gives a high reverence to cows. The govu became cow in Germanic. Actually, it was ku, Kuh in Proto-Germanic, but in English it became cow. In in Greek, it took on another. That there was a phonetic change, as usual. The go became bows. It became bosu. Bosu. It became bows. Bows or bows. So and in Latin again, it's something like this one, Greek. So it is boss. So in English language, even though the Proto-Germanic is kovu from govu and cow in English, but other than cow, most of the words related to the existence of cow and its the existential depredations starts with words derived from either Greek or Latin, mostly Latin, I think, but Greek also. By the way, German is very close to cow. They call it Kuh, Kuh, but they always start with some, this. It's more like they got a this thing. What is it? It's called prefix. There is a no. It's I think the sexual pronoun. D is there. D-I-E, D. The pronoun. It's called pronoun. D Ku in German. D Ku. D Ku in German. And in certain Slovak languages, of the Slav languages, the cow is not go, but it refers to animals with big horns. So it's called in Slavonic it's called karve, because kar is the root for this horn. Horn came from a word called kar in Proto-Indo-European root, and Lithuanian is karv. The name of the cow. But gows and bows and govu is the derivation could be onomatopoeic, means from the way it the cow, what is called a cow knees the cry of the cow, knees bow. So bows. But that's the way it. Another thing is, in most languages except Germanic, go means both male and female. Go means both bulls, oxen, etc. Also, there is no sexual differentiation for go. But in the same Germanic, the cow is different from they got this thing, this ox, bull, things like that. But no other, Proto-Indo-European other languages do not have this sexual distinction between male and female cows. Then I think going to the words in English derived from cow. First one which comes to our mind is beef. uh, beef, because people eat beef. People eat beef. It's a it, it was eaten by Indo-Europeans. In fact, when I went studied this thing, because most of the Greeks, the bows is a very important animal for the Greeks. It's called, there is an island in one of the Greek islands called Boeotia. Boeotia means full of cows. Another place called Euboea. Euboea means again a place full of cows and where abundant cows and milk is available. So they always cultivated this one, cow's milk, very part of their. But most of them sacrificed this because of that. Then those days, all the gods, the Proto-Indo-European gods required sacrifice. Even in India, it happened. This what is that? The cow, not cow, the horse sacrifice is called. What is that? Just forgot it. This a horse will be let loose to worry about his empire or other countries also, and wherever it wanted about, that will become it's called what yagam. Finally, the horse will be sacrificed. But like that, even the Aryans ate beef. So beef is not anathema to the Aryans, Proto-Indo-European. For Greek society, what they do is they'll sacrifice the animals. Of course, cows were always considered as wealth. That's why even the word capital comes from the cap. This one, the head of the cattle, cap, head of the cattle. Cattle was considered as wealth. But all of them ate it. The beef is it comes from the Latin bovia or bos, Latin, flesh of thing. So it's not, there is no stigma attached to eating beef anywhere in Proto-Indo-European world. So this is unnecessary, not unnecessary, but in the Indian context, because in the Proto-Indo-European world, cows were not available. I mean, they had the precursor of cows called aurochs. Aurochs are, considerable animals. Like it is like a wild beast or something like that. Anyway, by the way, all these animals, wild beast, then this thing, buffalo, bison, all of them belong to a family of animals called Bovidae. Even some antelopes also, and so bison, bulls, the thing, and aurochs. Aurochs is an extinct animal because it is eaten up by all this. It later on became the real Bovidae. Aurochs. Aurochs could not be tamed. Like wild bison, even now in the US, the wild bison is, of course, cultivated or kept in some enclosures, but they are still wild. They cannot be tamed. Where the cow can tame, and for that, make them more docile and tame. People discovered this castration. The castration comes in different words for different animals, but generally we say castration. The bull becomes an ox by castration. It becomes more docile, becomes more manageable for farm work and all those things. Same thing was done for horses also. Most of the horses were castrated, male horses, because to make them more manageable. The Aryans were the horse people, but they also had a very close connection to goats, especially after they came to the Indian subcontinent. In fact, in our household, in my childhood and all that, all of us had cows living among us. Actually, it's the dung was not that bad smelling. Actually, the dung was used to for you know cementing the floor, and the dung, and even the walls were painted with dung, and dung could be used as it could be used as this one you know uh, for firewood also. I mean, instead of firewood you use dung, dry dung. So it was, every part of cow was used. Probably its skin will be used to make something like that. It's a very useful animal, like horses also. So anyway, but when you say that you come from a place associated with cow, in English language that becomes kind of boorish, kind of more rural, like bucolic. Bucolic means bu is bovine, bucolic related to the go, and bucolic means surrounding with cows and all that. Means more pastoral, say pastoral, or village, rural. So bucolic surroundings, but beautiful, beautiful. But when you say Boeotian also place full of cows. Boeotian come from, but that means that you are downright, silly or ignorant, like that, rustic. Another word is rustic, rustic, rustic. There is a place in, there are many places in Greece where there are, this what's called a ford. Ford means place where you can cross the river, a shallow river, and they were called as Bosphorus. Bosphorus means where the pore in the river through which cows can pass. Bosphorus. Bosphorus. You may not be familiar with all these things unless you read widely in English language. And in ancient world, around Greece, there is a kind of writing called Bostrophodon. It means bos means cow, B-O-U-S, and Strophin means comes back. The thing is that they will first write from left to right, then the next sentence will be from right to left. Like it is a language. I don't know if it's still extant, still have there or not. Then, of course, bovine means relating to the bovis. Figuratively, it means it's a bovine nature. Bovine nature means very inert and stupid nature. All these docile animals considered stupid. Man's imagination. That's all. Of course, bugle is the horn-like brass instrument for blowing, making sound. This one, music. Bugle, B-U-G-L-E. Buculus means Latin for buculus, B-U-C-U-L-U-S, means young ox. And Bucephalus was a horse for Alexander. So Bucephalus, that means is horse ox head, appearance of an ox head. Bucephalus. And buffalo, it's a kind of bos or bovine. But actually, some other bovine in India, buffalo in India, could be a kind of antelope, African antelope, which has been domesticated or crossbred. There is a medical term called bulimia. Bulimia means ravenous appetite. Ravenous means eat a lot. Like ox appetite. It means ox appetite. Bulimia. And some people eat a lot, then they will vomit out. It's a psychological more than physical disorder, psychological. Uh, then people make butter from this goat milk, and all the butter derivatives, the chemicals are named after butter. The chemical from butter is one is called butane. Butane is a kind of hydrocarbon, paraffin. Butane comes from the butter word, and butyl means is related to chemical produced during fermentation of milk. Butyl alcohol. Butyric means like butter. Butyric. And butter itself is Bos. Bos means name of animal, cow from in Latin, plus tu. Tu means become like swell up. So the process of making butter, milk swells up. That's why butter. Bos tu is butter, became butter. And cowboy, cowlick is a peculiar, this thing. Cowlick by as if a cow has licked your head, where the hair will go, the one group will go like this, another group will go like this, go backward, forward, and there will be a small space there. But it's not a baldness. It will not progress. But baldness will progress. You lose hair here, but this will not. It's called cowlick, and cowslip is a kind of various kinds of flowers and plants where cows you'll eat it. Cowslip, and there's another word called Bouglossia. Bouglossia is another plant where the leaves of the plant looks like the bovine's tongue. Bouglossia. Glossia means tongue. Bouglossia. What's the plural for cow? Cows. But sometimes they say kine also. Kine. Kine. Plural of cow. And that's about it. The goes. And I think enough. Yep. 17 minutes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please see all these things.